Welcome to another live stream edition of Bourbon Kingdom. Super stoked to be here. We've had a busy few weeks, but we're trying to make this a more regular part of our Bourbon Kingdom experience. We'll see how that goes, though.
Yeah, no kidding. And yeah, I think all my stuff's working now.
So we're good. Cheers, everybody.
What's going on, Bruzel?
Yeah, hey, Bruzel's that was a nice car.
Yeah,
I think you're probably right that it's probably not the most fuel efficient thing to go and do anything traveling around in, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just money, right?
That is true.
I mean,
At the end of the day,
either spending on whiskey or cars, one way or another.
I think you're right.
So,
good
old wild turkey.
Good old wild turkey. Speaking of wild turkey, let's talk about our love for wild turkey. We do love some wild turkey.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I always said
sure.
just a good drinker.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Be More Bourbon and Roger? Let's see. There's that Cooper Wolf down there. Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Hopefully allocation season's treating you all right. Tyler, talk about our favorite person who used to live where we needed them to live, and then they moved home like jerks.
Oh, yes, Tyler. Listen.
Broke my heart, Tyler.
All I'm saying is
I'm very happy that you're home.
I do hope you have a trip when said bourbon is released at distillery so that you can go visit Fredericksburg and hook a couple of brothers up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Take some of your friends that you work with, make a day of it, all that good stuff.
Oh, Roger, so you already got one of those. Are you talking about this 101 or the 101 that's on the thumbnail? Curious to see.
One of those. We know what you're talking about when you say one of those.
Tyler, I'm going to hold you to that, by the way, that you still got a VA hookup.
I mean, he still has to go up there. It's not like he has to go up there for work.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think Bowman's just going to do a lottery.
They probably are.
So I'm just going to need you to win that bottle. And I'm going to need you to give me said bottle.
Yeah. Can only hope that this is as good as the last one. So
no doubt.
I hope it is.
Tyler, you got to go back up there every single month. Dang.
I mean, technically he's still an employee. Like he still works.
Yeah, that's true.
in Virginia.
Rizzle, what's up, my guy? Good conversation we had today, by the way. So we were sitting there chatting about some stuff. So it's good. It's good chat. So if y'all haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. It's exploding. He has some of the funniest shorts on anything and everything whiskey right now. It's fantastic. Love it. His other content, his long form videos are great too. But
yeah, go look up Bruzel.
It's awesome.
Yep, go look up Bruzel, and you will be happy that you did. You never know what he might mix a good bourbon in.
Yeah, that was actually one of the reasons why we had to talk today. The old label bottle. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, these are actually still like occasionally around. You can't really find them in Louisville, but over here in Southern Indiana, they're still here. I don't know if there's really a difference. Like I think some channels have tried to compare the two if they're any different. I think it's just different glass, which is fine. I feel like Wild Turkey, every couple of years, they got to mix it up. They got to relabel, rebrand, and all the other stuff. So it's fine.
So on Friday, I was at my Friday spot at Liquor Barn, and they were doing a old early times versus new early times.
How was it?
I think universally everybody felt like Brown-Forman won.
So the older label compared to the newer label stuff. See, I find it hilarious that people keep telling me it's like it's the same stuff. Blah blah.
It's not the same stuff.
I don't care if it's the same stocks or not. It's not the same blend.
No.
Like how you blend stuff, you can have the exact same 5 barrels, but if you don't blend it out right, like if you just can't, people just don't dump everything in one vat and call it done. Like they do blend stuff. So if you don't have the same, I don't say quality of blending, but like the same person that's looking for that same kind of profile, it's gonna be different. It just is.
Yeah, we did. It basically $6 for a sample of both,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun little.
It is $6 worth knowing not to go buy a new bottle.
Yes. Yeah.
I hate saying that because
No.
early times used to be really great.
Yeah.
Hey Jordan, that's awesome that we were able to catch you this time, or that you were able to catch us this time. So it's awesome to have you, bud.
Yep, for sure. Everybody cheers our boy Jordan.
Brizzle, 1,000% the old one's better. I don't even get why people, and some people get like really mad about it. And I mean, if you like the new stuff, that's one thing. But like, if you blind them side by side, I think it's kind of obvious. Just my opinion. So, ooh, Justin, I'm jealous of that one, dude. That stuff. What's crazy is so like forever, I was drinking Odor Wild Turkey because we used to be able to find it. Like I didn't live out in the country by no means, but I lived in more of a rural area.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still 15, 20 minutes from Louisville. It's
no,
not like
but I
anything
mean, it's
crazy.
still.
But you're over on the Indiana side.
Yeah.
And the Indiana side, you still be able to find like the old donuts and stuff like that
Yes.
growing up. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I first started drinking whiskey, it was Wild Turkey and Coke. That's what I strictly was drinking on. And I can't tell you, looking back at old pictures, just seeing how many of those older, dusty turkeys I was drinking on. Well, I guess they weren't technically dusties then. I just look back and it's like, if I just knew what I had.
Yeah.
I just knew what I
had. Yeah. So true.
So anyway, so we're about 30 people in here right now. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it's free. It helps us out tremendously.
Definitely
doing
does.
The video stuff.
Yep.
Tonight we're going to talk about Wild Turkey 101. And we are talking about a certain type of Wild Turkey 101. We are talking about the Wild Turkey 101 12-year, which actually, let me go ahead and get the bottle out. This bad boy, let me tell y'all something. If you don't know, you all are about to find out tonight. Because this thing, I don't know where it's going to place for us for end of the year, allocation, bottle of the year, whiskey of the year, whatever. In my book, it's going to place high.
I would say right now it's definitely in the top 10.
It's amazing.
It may be even a little bit higher, but since there's some stuff still lingering out there that we haven't gotten a hold of, that is still going to be released.
I'm going to be honest. I've tried to hold, at a couple bars, I've been lucky enough. We've been able to try some stuff in the area, and it's good. This right here is great. Like this right here is so freaking good. And I know you haven't tried it yet, right?
No, I've tried it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I gave you a sample.
You gave me a sample.
So we are going to talk about it though.
Yeah,
but
you gave me a sample, and I down said sample.
It's so good, guys.
Yeah.
And I think we might even do another video on top of it.
I'm gonna move this out of the way.
No, the box. You don't like the box?
No, I love the box. We only got so much room on this table.
Brad, yeah, rare breed. That's the way to go.
Always a good way to go.
All right.
Yo, Joe. Good evening.
By the way, I did want to go ahead and just put in like the normal Wild Turkey 101 just because, I kind of want to get like the standard, kind of like the palette set.
I might have to pour a little bit more back in mine then.
Figure I'd go ahead and pour a little bit, let it sit and open. Actually, while I'm sitting here doing this, just because it's good.
Does that mean I got free reign on pouring mine too?
No, you're going to do it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It could be one of the greatest stuff ever, and he's going to be generous with it. I guess just how Dave is, especially if it's my stuff. Maybe if it was your stuff watching right now, maybe he's a little different. But nah, he's going to be more into his stuff, or more into my stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh, Jordan. Well, you'll enjoy it on Friday when you get it.
Jordan, I'm telling you, I don't know if this is a bottle you have to splurge on getting. I can't recommend enough. I mean, right now,
are they out?
I haven't called, so I'm debating about calling. See, I'm guessing he is, but I don't know. He probably got a pallet of it. So the reason why we got this bottle is so Neat did a sale locally. And Neat is a local Dusty bar. They had a bunch of this stuff.
That is in the truest sense of the word.
I mean, it's a Dusty bar. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, they have some modern stuff, but for the most part, they market it as a Dusty bar. It's a great experience whenever you come to Louisville. Now, yes, you have to pay for some of these dusty prices, but they
Yeah.
also have other stuff there that's.
But if you
that's
want to get it
reasonable.
from by the pour, like a lot of times, like you can go in there and spend, like if you wanted to spend $40, you could get four really good pours of dusty stuff in for that amount of money. Like
Oh,
if you,
sure.
yeah, I mean,
Sure.
because a lot of their pours are $10 to $15, some of them $5, just depending on what it is. But man, they do a really good job
For what they do. I mean, here's the thing: like, there's a lot of other restaurants or speakeasies in this area that charge crazy amount
Yeah.
for just dusty turkey, like alone.
Yeah.
And they're reasonable for everything they have. So hopefully it works out and stuff. I just always think, like, how can a dusty bar last? Like, I guess in theory, the older you get, some other new stuff will become quote unquote dusties.
You know how they always add classic cars to the
Yeah, I know, right? To the registry.
Yeah. Anything over 25 years old is considered a classic car.
I guess. So they did a big release and people flooded down there and was picking up bottles left and right. If you didn't get it from there, I don't know if the only other spot you can get it from is like an international airport.
Yeah.
Or some deep, dark, secret online store, website, group.
Don't go into the dark web. You might buy a kidney instead of a a bourbon.
What the heck is this?
You don't want to do that.
And you don't buy a 12-year-old kidney. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, no.
So, but
did you say a 12-year-old's kidney or a 12-year-old kidney?
It's a 12-year-old kidney. A 12-year wild turkey, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, Jordan says my wild turkey 101 12-year will be here on Friday. Oh no, I'm sorry, I read that. Justin, the color on this or on the 12-year, yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it is a dark and it is good. So,
yeah, pay attention to Joe here. Joe says, hit that like so we can get 30 likes real quick.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We would greatly appreciate it, gents and gals, anybody who's in here. So it all helps cause for sure. All right. Yeah. And here's what's crazy. I'm curious with this 12-year, if we did a blind, I think it beats last year's Master's Keep. I think it beats the year before's Master Keep.
I really liked last year's Master's Keep.
I know you did. I still think it beats it. I think it can beat batch 2 and batch 3 of Russell's 13.
Master Keep not open, is it?
Yeah, it is. We reviewed it.
Oh yeah, that's right. We might have to break that out and try that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you're going to put it up against it, sometimes it's worth putting up against it.
Yeah, we might work something out. I'm just telling you guys, it's some of the best.
It really is good. I was really impressed with it.
This nose. What's crazy about it is the more you leave this kind of open, you get some really nice fruit notes that pop on that I've never had on a normal 101.
I feel like normal 101, it's got a sweetness to it that not everybody would like. I don't know, like.
Oh, I think it's I think 101 is one of those, like, when everybody's like, oh, wild turkey.
But this has like a fruitiness to it that it's sweet, but it's not. It's a fruity sweet, and not a. What would you say? Like a.
Well, I think that the extra age on this 12-year, it helps balance out that spice. It adds a little bit more fruit to it, adds a little bit more caramel to it, and I just think, it just absolutely crushes it.
Caesar, you know, it's always welcome to change the subject. We don't care. we just kind of ride along and flow along, see what it does.
All right. So what are we talking about? What did we see? Wilderness Trail 6-year ride?
Right.
Or you mean rye? I'm guessing he means rye.
I'm sure you'll write back and tell us what you officially meant.
My boy Jeff Spencer has put on their sample. I bet you do want a sample. Just one.
Listen,
though, so
Jeff, I would willingly send you a sample.
You don't have to send him nothing. I'll just give it to Jeff. Jeff just knows. He'll just be like, because I'll see him.
Yeah,
because we work together. He lives just a little north of me, about, I don't know. Oh wait, I forgot you moved. A little west.
Brad, we're I think internationally it's like $110 or something like that.
I feel
like I
saw
somebody post that in a
Yeah, I
in a
think if you
message
find it like
somewhere.
at a airport, it was like 110, 120 maybe is what I've seen pictures of. Neat had it for like 200, and then I think I've seen it on websites and online groups somewhere between like 250 and 350 at different points in times.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's at right now, but it is. I'll tell you guys, for a bottle in that price range, I don't know if this is going to be limited, not. I don't know what they're going to do, but this is worth every penny.
Yeah.
And I am in love. If you love turkey, like, you've got to get your hands on it. You got to at least try it. So,
Is there a bar? There's not a bar that has. Does Neat have it?
I bet you Neat would have it. I would be surprised. If
you're in the Louisville area, go to Neat, see if they have it.
I would be surprised.
It'd be well worth the probably $15 to $20 a pour.
If I had to guess, I would guess Frankfurt Avenue. I would guess Neat, Frankfurt Avenue Liquors. I'd guess both those bars would have it.
Probably.
Maybe Riverfront. Down there at Mean, he might have it down there on the bar.
Maybe.
Those would probably be some of mine. No, I have not seen that 6-year Wilderness Trail rye. Let me say this: I'm a big fan of Wilderness Trail bourbon. I've not had too many other ryes I'm like head over heels for, but I'm always interested.
Yeah, you know my view on a rye's got to be quirky for me to really.
A rye's got to like not taste like a rye for him to like it.
Hey, just quirky. I like them quirky.
Has to taste like candy.
Candy, yum. Some Skittles or something. Actually, I'm not really a huge Skittles fan. I like Swedish Fish. Those are really my favorite.
Joe, I pretty much agree with you. Like, there's a couple of distilleries, in my opinion, that in my book, it's just really hard for them to do wrong. And like Wild Turkey is one of them.
Yeah.
Like, there's some products I might not buy multiples of, but I don't know if they really make anything bad. And that's kind of like nowadays, like everybody kind of makes at least one thing bad.
Tyler, go pick up a bottle of Barrel Seagrass. That's a quirky little monster. We just had another one that was a little quirky. What was it? Was it the Prideful Goat?
No. Yeah, I don't think you've had that yet. We'll try that.
I just had a rye that I thought was a little quirky.
What about Hard Truth?
No, I didn't think I was. I thought that was a pretty straightforward kind of rye. I mean, if it was good for a rye. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember either.
But just Tyler, just have a swig of Barrel Seagrass, and you'll kind of get an idea of what I mean by quirky.
Hey Jeff, why don't you go jump off the top of 125 before I ever do that? He'll get a good chuckle out of that. He knows what I'm talking about. Nobody else will. That's a building where him and I both work at. So he knows I'm not going to chug any pot still whatsoever. I'm already mad that enough of you convinced us to do that review anyway. So
that is true. Like he was like, "Hey, can you bring that pot still that you have at your house?" No, he was actually going to go pick it up. He's like, "Hey, I got to go pick up a Willet pot." So I was like, "Well, I have one at the house." He goes, "All right, will you bring it?" Yeah. I said, "I had it. It was a gift to me." And so I willingly brought it over and poured him the biggest pour I could possibly pour him.
I'm honestly surprised that Dave has not pointed out one of his all-time favorite notes that he has going on right now for this.
For this?
Mm-hmm.
You mean honey?
No.
That's
I said one of.
You said one. Oh.
I know honey's like your number one right now. Yeah. Gone fishing, by the way. What's up, bud? So how have you been? Hopefully everything's going great. I'm going to completely crush this name here.
Desert Mixologist?
No, the man Gaga. Yeah, I don't know.
Please keep it. Just go.
Sup, team? That's all you said. I was
man, Gaga, yeah. Man, Gaga, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, we love anybody who's watching our channel. So
yeah. Let's see. God, TV. Difference between the old turkey and the new one. Okay, so great question. So if you're looking at this one, right? To me, This one has a lot more cinnamon and spice to it, and then there's some vanilla there. It's like very traditional, very straightforward. I think a lot of like newer whiskey drinkers, whenever they get into it, this is when I tell people like put an ice cube with it, because I think that spice pops, and that's that quote unquote what makes it hot.
Yeah,
because we all know it's 101 proof, which that's a lot.
It's not cold, but it's not hot.
It's not cold. It's not hot though. In most I think people's opinion.
Yes.
This takes the cinnamon and that vanilla kind of out of it, and this one adds a little bit of fruit, some tobacco to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think for at least me, and it mellows it out in a really healthy way.
Yeah, I feel like the fruit pops way more in this than it does, and like I don't really.
I don't get any fruit in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really get the fruit is what I think sets it off on this.
But it's like you first start drinking on this, and you also get like a little bit of leather too. That leather goes away, and it is really mellowed and really mature, and it's awesome. Like it's like you're drinking on a Dusty.
Oh yeah,
a little bit less fruit.
Hey, Matt, you are definitely right on the Sagamore Double Oak. That is any of the Sagamores are really good ryes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The 12-year in comparison to 13, like, are you talking last year's 13 or this year's 13? Because to be honest with you, it blows this year's 13 out the water.
Well, oh yeah.
This blows.
It crushes it.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just gonna need to do a blind and just do it. Gone Fishing, I agree. I think the Hard Truth rye, the sour mash rye, I haven't had or sweet mash rye. I'm sorry. I have not had the newest batch. I think the newest batch is out, but I'm telling you guys right now, if you guys do not have a bottle of that, go get one. If you like ryes, it is freaking good. It's not.
I am slowly coming over to the rye train.
We'll see. It's not hardcore rye. It's not like a Wild Turkey rare breed rye.
No.
It does have some sweetness to it. Man, it is so good. $60. It's made out of Brown County, Indiana. It's great. I would totally go get it. Jeff is also completely right. I'm a big fan of seagrass. I know there are some. The more I talk to people like randomly, the more I'm like, how do you like seagrass? It's like a soda. It's like so sweet. I'm like, I love soda.
Yeah,
I drink soda all the time. So,
Jeff, to me, like just regular 101 or rare breed, I'd take rare breed. That's me personally. If you're talking a 12-year 101 versus rare breed, I'll take 12-year 101.
Ooh, I don't know. You see that's where that's going to be interesting, because rare breed is such my profile that I'm going to be interested to see. Like I said, I think the first batch of Russell's 13 would beat that. I don't think it beats 2. I don't know if it beats 3. There was one. Cincy, I agree. Frankfurt Avenue Liquors is great. I think it's one of the best bourbon bars in Louisville, actually. If we would ever get around to doing a video talking about best places to go in Louisville, between looking for like allocation and going to bars and restaurants and distilleries, we'll eventually do a video like that. But that would definitely be, as of right now, on our list for one of them. And I have not had the Baumburgers 2022 yet. I'm actually a big fan of Baumburgers. I think people sleep on it. I think it's a really good drinker. I
agree with you on that.
It's nothing I would spend a crazy amount of money on. But I think, like the bar I go to, Cox Evergreen Nulu, I think they normally have one for like $8 a pour, and I try it there. Yeah. It's always super solid.
Yep, always.
Turkey or Cooper's Craft 100. Yeah, NT, that I totally agree with both those picks. They're the Cooper's Craft 100 over everything. Yeah, that and the Wild Turkey 101, both of those are great. Absolutely great.
Rocky, listen, there's nothing wrong with Eagle Rare, but I don't think it is it's not my profile of choice. If I was going to choose one of those two, it's going to be the rare breed over the Eagle Rare. But Eagle Rare is good in its own right. It's just a different kind of profile, a little softer of a drinker.
I will say though, like talking about talking about Eagle Rare, I've said this before in videos, like your palate's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's
Yeah, it's true.
what I like and what I don't like. I have a base of like my favorites. But I feel like I'm really becoming a huge fan of Eagle Rare store picks.
Oh, store picks. Now that's a whole different animal.
Like I used to just not really care about them.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if there's a quality, like a mass quality amount that's just coming out and there's better quality overall, or if my profile's changing. I'm not really sure. But man, they have been some of the ones here recently. Silver Dollar's been really good. Cox has had one that was really good. Shout out Tim who went on that pick.
Yeah.
And then there was another one I had here. I think it was actually out of Indianapolis. I had here recently that was really good at a bottle share.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie, what's up, bud? I've not had the Huber's Rickhouse cast strength.
I have not either.
I've not had that. So I can't give you any real firm anything on that. I mean, let's just face it, Starlight does really good stuff. But it's usually their finished products that are better than their other stuff.
I think Huber's, where they're at the end of the day, where the money comes in with them is their finishing and their blends of like certain finished stuff. I think that is their meat and potatoes. And I think at the end of the day, if I was ever to do a pick there, I'd want something like that.
Yeah.
Because the more I have of their finished product, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm not as big on their straight bourbon or straight rye, but when it comes to their finished stuff, I think it's honestly some of the best finished stuff out there.
I get a kick out of saying this, man. Gaga, yeah.
Don't forget the TV.
TV.
Yeah.
I just want to ignore the TV part. I just like the first name. We are Smoke Wagon fans. Not of everything. Obviously,
I pretty much love everything Smoke Wagon.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
But their offerings at their different levels all hold their own weight in their different levels. The small batch is fine. They have a small batch, the younger now that's in there, which is okay. Their uncut, unfiltered is really, really good. Shout out the batch 79.
Outside of their rare and limited, that's their best stuff that they make.
Yeah, the rare and limited, like that is just magic. I've had batch 9 and 10 of this year's that.
Oh, you're talking about the first 10 barrels?
Yeah.
The first 10 barrels. So they've had some other stuff. Okay, so if we're gonna go old school with Smoke Wagon, they've released some single barrels. Like this is like club picks from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are super special.
Ooh,
Desert Jewel is super special that they've done. If you can get your hands on one of those, please do it because they're rare, they're hard to come by, but they are truly amazing. The only thing I've had I'd say probably I'd lean two things that I've had from them that I really haven't cared for is that that special experimental rye.
The experimental rye
that tasted just like a smoked pickle, and that's exactly what it tastes like, all of them. And then I am not a huge fan of the uncut, unfiltered younger. I just think it's a little bit too sharp. I think it's a little bit too young. That's just my opinion. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not going to buy one of those again.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah. Ronnie, by the way, just want to give you. I'm gonna show you so everybody knows. Ronnie hooked us up with a bottle of the Remus Repeal 6.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hook us up. I mean, I bought it from him, but he found it in Ohio.
Yeah,
he found it in Ohio because in our area it's still not available. Just really super cool that he thought of us, and that was one of my bourbons that I it's on my had to have list this year. So
no, 1,000%.
Yeah.
No, that honestly really helps us because it's what's funny is whenever we start like evaluating like this is what we want.
Yeah.
What are we going to try to get? Because like I was telling him, we basically only have 7 more bottles to review this year. We have so many bottles already, and we've done a lot of reviews.
We have
on stuff, and we have a lot of stuff already like
pre-shot. We're still sitting on a hard truth. Sweet man,
I forgot all about that. We're never gonna get that posted.
Stay tuned. It might come.
Stay tuned. It'll probably be released next year.
Yeah.
After we've changed the background.
Yeah. After batch like 7 has come out.
I know, right? Still a big fan. But we have all of this stuff recorded. And I was telling him, I was looking up the schedule. Like, basically, we just need to get 7 more bottles this year to record or to shoot and review. What is this?
Probably some
Spam.
Oh, spam. Tired of being alone, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Let 69mega.com help you out.
Fun stuff.
It just so happens we have 69 viewers too. So go figure. I don't, since I don't know, Zach may be able to kind of help on that. I'm not sure what the age of the single barrels are. Do they actually say?
I think they're to the point now to where they're about 6 years old. Some of them might be a little bit younger, but I think the last tour I went and did a tour / tasting, and they were talking about them. And I think they're now pushing like over 6 years old. I think occasionally they'll still have a 5-year-old in there. But I think most of them now are becoming 6 years old, which is actually kind of interesting because, you know, with them doing a heat cycle and stuff like that, it's actually, if you really think about it, with the heat cycling and stuff they do, they're actually older. They normally gain anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Actually like 6 months to 8 months a year, I think, through heat cycling. Jeff, the swag is definitely being talked about.
Thank you, average whiskey drinker. Appreciate that.
We'll get to that here in 1 second. The swag is not only being talked about but looked at. The problem is finding manufacturers who are reasonable, on top of who can actually get stuff to you at a reasonable time as well. So, because we're not going to charge you.
Definitely love for you to come down so we could hang out and go to some of our local places that we like to go to.
Oh, what's going on, Brian? I need to be able to read his
Hey,
message.
Thomas, here's the truth. If anybody could pull a rabbit out of their hat, Zach probably could figure out a way to find a King of Kentucky 18. I've never seen anybody find King of Kentucky's like he does.
Look, you just got to go to the worst part of town, and you go in daylight, never go dark, and you just cross your fingers and hope for the best. So, and I am not somebody who finds the most, by the way.
No, I don't.
We know people who crush it.
Oh yeah. No, for
I won't
sure.
mention any names, but we know people.
I totally agree
job
with you on that. But he also works in a real sketchy part of town, so it's probably easy for him to go to the sketchy parts of town.
I mean, Jeff, you're watching right now. Would we call where we work a sketchy part of town?
Yeah, Cane Run Road. It's
not Cane Run.
I mean, it's close. Like, you're in that area. I mean, I know technically you're in Riverport, but it's basically the same.
Desert Mixologist. Yes. So I am a E.H. Taylor fan. I would say the thing about 4 grain is I think it's good. I don't think it's the best out of the really sought after allocated line there. I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, I think the 18-year marriage is my favorite that I've tried, but I've never owned any of these crazy.
Yeah, those
ones.
are crazy.
Like, some of these are
grains of the gut grains of.
Yes. Now that one's also one of like my secret favorites too.
Yeah.
So it would probably, if I'm just going to throw those out here, the barrel proof rye, whenever that comes out. I know it's supposedly been bottled and boxed and shipped, but nobody's seen it yet. That I cannot wait for, and that will probably be one that I will be highly searching high and low to get one, if possible. All right, we already got Cincy.
I got one of my must-haves out of the way. I'm trying to get that second must-have sometime in the next month.
Oh yeah, your Miktor's toasted sour.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's not what everybody's going after, but I am actively seeking that.
Hey, Cheech, thank you for telling everybody to hit that thumbs up. Again, guys, that thumbs up really helps us out a whole lot. Helps do all the analytics for YouTube that we can't control.
Hey, Cheech, what's up, man? I didn't even see you were on here.
Cheech is my boy. I love Cheech.
Yeah.
So, but and then Thomas like so I did post this in the Bourbon Junkies Facebook page that we basically the King of Kentucky 18 year was down at Cox's Evergreen Nulu for about 48 hours for $75 for a 1 ounce pour. If I could have bought the bottle, I would have called him and been like, hey, can we just buy the bottle? But they don't sell the bottle down there, obviously. But we crushed that bottle. That bottle was murdered, destroyed, and broken.
I'm sure it was.
By Breakfast Club, we had killed it. By Breakfast Club, everybody was coming in. It was like, hey, is that still available? Yeah, it's fine. And we had the whole bar, and then there was like 3 pours left. And like people were splitting it to make sure like they could try it because we don't know if it's coming up again or not.
Yeah.
So there's only like 250 bottles of it. I will say this. I am working on trying to get a bottle to sample for the channel and stuff, so I don't want to give too much of it out.
Let's cross our fingers.
But if I know I'm not for sure, I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on it. So say his name again because I can never say his name. The
Mangagaya.
Yes.
TV.
Mangagaya.
Okay.
So
TV.
That is actually a really good suggestion. Doing a whiskey war, which we would do a bourbon battle, but I guess it would be like a whiskey war too, between the U.S., Irish, Scottish, Japanese whiskey.
Yeah,
that's actually like a really good suggestion. I've never really thought of that, so I will probably actually write that down.
I'm just going to start calling you TV from now on. That way we don't have to keep saying it.
I dig all that.
Mangagaya TV. So did you pop open said sour mash? Just asking because again, Zach has one up here from 2019, and I've wanted to just like secretly come down here in the basement and open it up, but I figure he might murder me for doing so. He's very generous with ones that are open, but the ones that are not open, he's
well,
yeah. And so I don't, but I'm curious to know if I'm chasing after something that's worth chasing after. So please tell me.
Well, I mean, that's what your little heart and desire wants. So
I am doing a parking lot pour that will be on our Facebook channel when I get this, wherever I get it from.
True. What's up, Biking Bourbon? Old Farm Show. What's up? Not the best, not the worst.
Paul.
Oh, what's going on, Paul? How you doing, bud? Did you get the Perfection Old Forester bottle? Jeff, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the employee bottle?
It technically that is Perfection. I don't know if that's the employee bottle or not, but that
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
That employee bottle is Perfection.
I mean, I think it's the best thing Old Forester's ever made.
If
you were at Pours in the Park, I brought it.
Yeah,
to the bottle share. Now I had it in my bag. I didn't put it out there on the table, but I had it in my bag for people to be able to try. And I think it's the greatest Old Forester.
Yeah, HR bartender. I've not ever had really any of the Blue Note. I've heard good things about some of the Blue Note. I've just not ever had it.
I have had one sample of it one time. I did it in a blind. And I picked it second, and I think it's all
what
I forget what it was. All Tennessee stuff. Yeah. I think I picked a Tennessee Taster over it.
Yeah.
And I believe it's all. I think it's all Dickel, if I remember correctly, because I think it's like the only Dickel I've ever had that actually I liked.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. Anyone know where the E.H. Taylor rye is distilled? Paul, wouldn't that all be at Buffalo Trace? Is that what we're talking about, or are we talking about when it's actually going to ship? And then TV, awesome. Since we're calling them TV.
Yeah, congratulations, man. That's
that's super cool, actually.
Yeah.
Hopefully you like it. So here's I have that Miktor's toasted sour up there. So I didn't know they were actually going to release anymore. So I keep, I always told Dave, like, we'd open it for a special occasion. Like maybe we hit a big milestone or we do something like
6,000 followers, 6,000 subscribers.
We are super close.
Question
to that.
mark?
If you haven't subscribed, please.
Please do. Please do.
We're
so close. Way further along than we ever thought we'd probably be too.
So, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never paid a lick of attention to where the rye is all distilled at for E.H. Taylor. It could be at Barton.
Yeah,
I've never looked into it, to be honest with you. So
you guys could be right.
Could be.
You tell us. We love a good education.
So anyway, so I've been waiting on opening up that sour, and then they decided to release more.
Yeah.
Hey,
TV, did you actually get that from? Yeah, I mean, if you want to send us some samples of that Blue Note, that'd be awesome.
Oh no, that'd be super cool.
Yeah,
I'm always open to it. You can actually message our Facebook page, and then normally what I always do is just let Dave handle all the shipping stuff.
I'll get you
because we normally ship everything to his church.
Yeah, my church or my house, one either way.
Yeah, no, I want to give anybody my address. That's the last thing I need.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, listen, I come to my house, we'll enjoy a pour of something together. That's the way it goes. So did TV? Did you actually get that from Miktor's? Oh, okay. So you're not around here in Kentucky. I'm just curious because in Kentucky they make you, if you got it from the distillery, they made you purchase two other bourbons or a bourbon and a rye. On top of that, it is
actually done over at Barton, from what I'm just.
Yeah, really he's doing a little research. You may be correct. It could be Barton.
Two DSP numbers listed.
Yeah, make sure you send a bartender. Just send me a message. You can either look up Dave Parkerson and send it to me, or you can send it to the Bourbon Kingdom.
So now that we're going down this rabbit hole, this article is from, let's see, this year, and they're saying there's two DSPs, Kentucky 113, DSP Kentucky 12. The Kentucky 113, which is Buffalo Trace. The second one would be Barton. So, to where the rye whiskey distilled, aged, and bottled. Many thought since it was may have been since Buffalo Trace came out. They came out and said, for the record, the rye is in fact made and aged and bottled on site. So Buffalo Trace did actually confirm that it was aged and made on site.
Okay.
But I will say it is confusing because they put out here that they have both DSPs for Barton and Buffalo Trace. So I didn't know anything about that. So that's actually good to know.
Yeah, that would seem odd, Paul.
Well, I mean, in a way, though, if you think about it, so they're all owned by Sazerac, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I don't want to say they're sourcing or whatever for them, but I don't know. Buffalo Trace is super weird about how they do tasting and stuff. So I was reading an article today about how basically anybody who works for Buffalo Trace can basically become a certified taster for them, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things they do, they have to go through and they go through this whole process where the very first test they do, they have 65 cups. And they have to devour. They have to try and sample these out, and they have to determine if it's.
They got to get drunk,
sweet,
guys.
Salty. No, it's not even alcohol. It's sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and something else.
Brad, you're right. So, I need another Glen because, oddly enough, I was gifted a bottle. And I'm super stoked about it because if you've watched some of our junk, you know that
I'm not watching any of Dave's junk.
We have been a little down on the distillery series from Woodford Reserve, but was gifted a bottle of the Honey Barrel finish because I've been kind of on a Honey Barrel
obsession.
I don't know obsession, but it's
obsession.
I kind of, it's just interesting to me, and so we got this from what's his screen name?
Evan, I don't know if he's going to be in here. He said he was going to be driving back, so he might not be in here tonight or not. But it's Fireball Chugs.
Yeah,
if you ever
Fireball
see
Chugs,
him
if you see-
on any of the pages, he's kind of a wild child. He sent us Fireball last year for the
Yeah.
Advent calendar. Which
So this is the newest release.
fantastic.
This is the newest release from the distillery series for Woodford Reserve. You know, they do about 3 or 4, I think about 4 a year.
I feel like they do more than that.
No, I think they do the same. Like they always come out with a double oak.
Sure, yeah, I don't really count that, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
And so they have a couple of things.
Well, they have this one this year. They've done a ruby, like a ruby port, whatever. They did the coffee mint chocolate malt, whatever.
The chocolate malt. Yeah.
Am I forgetting one?
The double oak, the toasted oat grain.
Oh yeah, the toasted oat grain. That was terrible.
Yeah. Good nose. Not so much on the other
Pretty
thing.
much sucked all around.
Yeah, I don't like the nose of it, but you know.
Anyways,
we can.
I'm
gonna
keep working on this wild turkey 12 year, by the way.
Yeah. By the way,
cheers, Tim.
This, cheers, Tim. I do have my favorite honey barrel here that I am going to kind of taste test against this Woodford. We'll let the little boy, the big boy, go against the up and comer and see
what you like.
I'm gonna go ahead. Like if I had to really guess, I would say this will come in second.
But you are obsessed with that honey barrel.
That Starlight, man, it's just on a different level.
I know
it's on a different level. If you've if you have
Joe, it's sad times. We've moved on to honey barrels.
Yeah, we did. We moved on to the honey barrel. The turkey is gone, but not forgotten. As a matter of fact, I'll probably, after this honey barrel's finished, try to sneak another 12-year 101 pour.
Nope. I already have something else that
he's so stingy, yet so generous all at the same time. How can that happen?
Man, that stuff just comes out of nowhere.
Oh.
That
really does, doesn't it?
Compared versus spring one and fall one or happy accent. So Paul he's talking about the Maker's Mark releasing their BTR. They're basically their limited release.
Yeah.
We didn't review them last year just because I wasn't a huge fan. I will say, from talking to people who I've talked to, they've all said they're great this year. So I think if you're part of like the Maker's Mark, I don't know if it's like a club or whatever. I don't know if it's like a ambassador program or something.
I think they've
sent a bunch of them out.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing a lot of great things with them so far. I'll probably look to try to snag them. I think I should be able to find them this year.
CNSA, there's always a bunch back here that need to be crushed. Jordan, I'm not sure. I've had the it's called Rowan's Creek, but I call it Rowan's because my son's name is Rowan. And I bought a bottle of that. I drank one drink of it on my son's birthday, and then it goes back on the shelf. I don't know if Noah's Mill is better or worse, but they're from basically the same place. So,
well, yeah, I mean, it's all from Willett.
Yeah.
It kind of goes back to my same thing about Willett. Love a lot of family estate, and it's basically it. So,
oh yeah, get us to 50 likes. That'd be awesome.
Thomas, he said compared to CGF. What's he talking about? Thomas, what are you talking about? CGF. And I'm probably gonna be an idiot for not knowing what he's saying.
Good evening, Steve. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, man. Cheers. Tell us what you're sipping on. Whatever anybody's sipping on, tell us. Let us know.
Yeah. Crusher. There are definitely some bottles back here that need to be crushed. What was actually planning on having people over tonight to do from work to have some pours and stuff, and then we scheduled to do a live stream and record and stuff, so I'd cancel. But Yeah, normally that's what we try to do. I try it now, but now like my little bourbon group at work, that like the guys who I talk to and stuff, I can't have over like the guys I work with and the other guys who I don't work with who are part of that group at the same time because I don't have enough room. So I was going to do the guys.
I thought you meant because you'd have some sort of Xeon fight.
No. When it comes to bourbon, everybody gets along. So
it'd be like Anchorman, the news anchor fights.
No, it's
you stabbed a man with a trident. I know.
No, we all get along. Oh, cheesy goat foil. Duh. All right, I get it. Man, it would depend on which one it would be. Like the age and stuff. I'll be honest with you, man. That cheesy goat foil stuff is so good, but it's also so like nostalgic and stuff like that. So,
Psycho Dad love it. Keystone Light. Hey, listen, it keeps it real. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, Psycho Dad. Yeah, Keystone Light.
So, Justin, you're actually doing a Calumet 15 verse 16. That's interesting. We reviewed the 16, didn't we?
We did.
And we are.
I
think we are one of the few that did not love it the way that everybody else loved it.
We are literally the only channel who did not like it. I don't think. I think pretty much everybody else has it as like whiskey of the year contender. Really? And we're the only ones who are like.
I guess we need to revisit it. Maybe
that's one of them. That's one of them that we're gonna revisit.
We need to revisit because
it's one of them we're gonna revisit and probably blind because I'm just not. It's not that I'm not convinced. Like I like oaky stuff. Like the Heaven Hill 17's super oaky and we love it. The Knob Creek 18-year super oaky and we love it. That 16-year, man, and I don't know if it's just Barton because we're both not big Barton fans.
Yeah.
So, but I know people who aren't big Barton fans who do love it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just us.
Yeah, Josh. That is, yeah. I think the rare breed. I think that's a good one. It's really good. Like rare breed it should be a staple on everybody's bar. Even if you don't love it, there are people who are going to walk into your house who will love it.
Yeah.
And it's a good one to give.
Totally agree. See.
Mangaga, yeah.
You guys we gotta figure this out really quick. I mean, something. Let's see. Josh just picked up my first bottle of rare breed and really like it. I get some dark fruit on it, dude. I'm telling you, rare breed is one of the best bottles. I say this all the time. That 1920 is some of the best bottles ever made because A, they're fantastic, and B, they're actually.
Oh, Roger, we have one on our side. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, well, there's three of us now. We're on a small island.
Roger, we're on a very small island.
There's three of us.
We don't think we're so crazy now. Well, if it's just the two of us, we could think that we're crazy, but
yeah, it's whatever. Hey, Ron, by the way, how's that smoke wagon? That batch 93.
Oh, I've had batch 93. It's good.
Is it solid?
Yeah.
I mean, is there really a bad batch bun cut?
No, but 79 it's still.
Yeah, it's still the goat. That's still the goat.
See you, Bruzel.
Be good, bud. Hey, I'll text you tomorrow, and we'll chat about what we were chatting about before. So appreciate it as always. And guys, go check him out if y'all haven't seen Bruzel.
Yeah, definitely.
Please go check him out.
Check this dude out.
His channel's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's crushing it. I still haven't tried that yet.
I'll be honest with you. Kind of sad. Man, I wanted it to redeem the distillery series, but I'm gonna pull the Starlight out. You hand me another, Glenn. You want some of this?
It smells a little malty.
I didn't get much honey on it. And I feel like if you're going to do honey, you might as well go like full bore at it. Don't tinker around with it. Ronnie, those uncut unfilters, man. You and I talked about it when we pass that bottle off.
More non-turkey. Joe, please forgive us. This is all. Here's the problem. Dave gets a free bottle, and then bam, we got to try it. Honey barrels.
That's right. I mean, we got to try.
Oh, Crush Bourbon Vans on our side. Well, you see, they're smart people. I know Bourbon Van's smart. I forget who else was also on our side up here. You're also really smart too. Hold on. Roger. Roger was on our side. Roger, and very intelligent person.
Yep.
So. Oh, man. I
just feel like out of a honey, you want it to have, like, you don't want it to be,
why is it grainy?
I'm disappointed. I mean, I like it, but it's not really what I would say a honey barrel finish.
It tastes malty. Is this not regular Woodford that they put in there?
I don't know what
it says a blend of Woodford Reserve bourbon whiskey finished in honey barrels.
HR
Woodford Reserve bourbon whiskey.
Listen, I've heard that if you get really good tequila, that it's really good. So if you want to throw a sample in, I'm game to try it. But I had a really, really bad tequila experience and have been.
Boys, y'all aren't ready for me to get into tequila. I do love me some tequila.
Yeah. So,
but here's the thing.
So HR, please send us some for sure.
I love good cheap tequila. I've also been very spoiled in my life and have had crazy high-end bottles of tequila. I've never really complained. Yeah. I also tell people all the time, like when people talk about like, shower beers or whatever else, or I always joke around like good shower tequila.
Oh, is that what Bruzel's doing? I may have to pop out here early if Bruzel's popping a Miktor's toasted sour mash. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, we'll cancel the stream. Just go.
No, he'll probably mix it with like Coke or something.
Pepsi. Yeah. I think is his go-to.
Yeah, he'll probably do.
Great people though. Yeah, you see, Justin, I haven't had the 118. I've heard good things out of it. I have not had it. I was going to stop by Costco to get it because it was like $40 cheaper there than anywhere else around here. And then they ran out. I was like, I'm not really a big fan of those.
John, have you been on here for a while? Have you just been hiding or what?
Yeah, John's been hiding for a hot minute. When's the meetup, boys? Let's look for a meetup from Bourbon Kingdom in about 3 years.
Yeah.
Let's do 3 years from now.
I mean, if you're in Louisville and you want to hang out, I'm sure they're game to do that.
That's honestly the easiest thing to do. Just message me and we'll probably meet at like one or two spots and we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Hey, Dunny, what's up, man? How's the Oreo business?
Hold on really quick. Roger, have you had any of the Barrel King whiskey out of bourbon? I'm assuming that's Montana. I have not had any of the Barrel King. I've seen the bottles. I've just never, ever had any. If you have, let us know what you think. Sure. Oh, yeah, you already talked about
ATV
HR bartender.
1792.
I just want to say this. HR bartender, you throw in any tequila you want, and I will literally start. I'm sipping on tequila right now. I don't want to run upstairs to get it. But it's aged in barrels that are like 22, 20. It's like 21, 22 years old from Buffalo Trace, 23 years old from Buffalo Trace. So that's what I'm aging on right now.
Yeah, Dunny, I would say you are in a job that has a lot of job security. Everybody eating Oreos. That is for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Favorite LE. I've had 2018 and above, and I would say I think it might be this year's because
I feel like this year's more than last year's.
I think so. I feel like this year's was just different.
Oh, it's very different.
Yeah, I think that's why I can't even remember what I said in our review, but like thinking on it, I can't remember. But
cheers, Dunny.
They're both good.
I'm trying to catch up in chat because I'm so far behind.
Yeah, like I still have not met any honey barrel finish that is better than the Starlight.
He has not had a Bell Mead.
I've not had, but
That's
listen,
the best honey barrel I've ever had in my life.
I
I think it was the first one that they did.
I believe you.
And it was
Average.
awesome.
I've not had any Barrel King.
Do me a favor, you see where it says I had that. It was just chilling up there.
What was it?
This.
Oh, I had Bruzel up there.
Yeah, it's okay. No,
sorry.
it's fine. It's just that's where I was just saying. See, Wolf, he said the Barrel King is awesome. They had toasted vanilla stag barrel that is just delicious. That does sound interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, I do like some of these like reused barrels whenever they do some crazy funky stuff like that. That's always awesome. TV, since I can't pronounce your name, here's the thing about 1792. I understand that 1792 is fine. It is just not my jam.
Mm-hmm.
It's not it. I like 1792 12 year, and I like Sweet Wheat. And outside of that, I don't really care for anything.
I don't even love Sweet Wheat. 12 years is probably the best offering I think they had. And I've not had like some of their super allocated, like the Ridgemont or anything like that.
The Ridgemont's fine. But I mean, it's just
yeah. But if it's
225 is fine, but it's not anything.
If it's anything like the rest of 1792, I have one on my shelf, and I don't know that I'll have another.
Well, it's something. I'll say this. I do tell people a lot of times, like our very first video where we talked about like cheaper bourbons to have. I did want to encourage people to try it because it is a good cheap bourbon for people to have. It's just not our profile.
Yeah.
And then the more I thought about it, I only want to recommend stuff that I'll drink.
Yeah.
I understand when something's good. Like I won't crap on 1792. So I think they overall make good stuff. It's just not my profile.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Tyler, I've not had good times. Honey finish, but so far I've had 3. This is 3. Again, I've not had the Bell Mead. I've not been lucky enough to like get that. But between the Nulu, the Starlight, and the Honey Barrel finish, Woodford, it's the Starlight all day for me.
I'm just now catching up to the chat question that Dunny, or not question, but where Dunny's like, buy more Oreos.
Yeah.
I do love that. And then going back to Matt's question about the Four Roses LE, it's probably either 2012 or 2014, I think, maybe 16. It's one of those. That's like one of my all-time favorites. I will say, I think last year is secretly one of my more favorite ones that they've done. 19's really, really good.
What are we talking about?
The Four Roses LE.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's between 22 and 21 for me.
Yeah. I mean, those older ones are just hard to come by. What's crazy is they produce so many of those bottles.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me that they're not higher on the secondary, though. I think people sleep on those.
Yeah,
those barrels.
I feel like people sleep. I feel like
bottles.
people in general sleep on Four Roses for some reason, but we're here to scream and yell. Four Roses is legit.
Yeah, Tyler, I would tell you there's probably a lot of other better things out there besides Good Times Honey Finished. Not a big Good Times fan.
No,
don't hate the guys that run it or anything. Just not a big fan of theirs. Have you had many Four Roses store picks? So here's the thing about that Crush. With us living by the distillery, normally they would put out basically 1 week at Lawrenceburg and Cox's Creek.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of opportunity. And where I live in southern Indiana, and I can actually drive to both of those distilleries if I needed to. And I normally have enough time, unless it's like a tier 6 of something based out of Lawrenceburg. Sometimes I can't make it, but for the most part, I can always make it. Four Roses just all of a sudden lost their ever loved mind, and they've just started putting out multiple barrel strengths.
They're like, you get a barrel strength, get a barrel strength.
Like, and it's different recipes, different tiers. And there's a whole bunch of stuff out there, and you can get 1 per day.
John, is so true. There's 6 in the same week. Listen,
yeah, ain't that the truth, John? Yeah, it's like how many? What is it, like OBSF, or what was the one they keep putting out, like the tier 5 or tier 6 of one of them?
Isn't it an OE of some sort? OBS?
I don't know.
OESK?
I don't know what it is. It's something like
They must be trying to clear some
It's
supply.
upstairs. I forgot it's upstairs because I
Yeah.
did go get one the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a whole floor they're just putting out. I think at Cox's Creek, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome. Won't lie. It's going to be a good steady drinker for about the next year at this point. By the way, this Woodford I could pass on. Gonna be honest with you, Evan. If you're watching this,
Evan, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's super awesome. We
I
really do appreciate it.
I will kill this bottle, but not because I love it.
Yeah,
but because you gifted it to me, and I'm really appreciative of that.
John, I hate hearing that, but hopefully you're doing well with all the COVID stuff. I know it hits everybody so differently, and hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too bad. Noah, so the allocation rant video, I think overall it was good. It's kind of funny.
We had one person who really thought we were not saying what we were saying,
but I think he got straightened out.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying other people in the comments kind of straightened him out. I was like, no.
What's his name? Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot because he's around chat all the time. Great dude. Who was it?
I can't remember who
it was.
I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember. But yeah, that guy kind of got straightened out. I think there was a couple guys who said, just look at your back shelf, you're the problem. And I knew that was coming. But I think overall, I only had like 4 people personally message me that called me certain names that I can't repeat on YouTube.
We like to be yeah, we definitely.
Well, look, I understand releasing a video like that. That's going to draw criticism.
Donnie, I appreciate that. And that was Zach's like baby on that.
Oh yeah.
Zach really wanted to, and not that I mean, I agree with him 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, like this is meant to be fun for whoever and however you have fun with it, that's how you have fun with it. And so like it is what it is. But he really kind of, he's in it a lot more than me. Like he's able to do things like that more than I am. I can do it every once in a while, but I have 2 older children who demand my time in the mornings and stuff like that.
Yeah, because my 2 babies at home don't demand me at all.
No, they demand you, but in a different way. Like I have to take them to school and stuff like if I
have to take them to daycare.
If my kids were young enough, my
wife does.
I just troop them. I just traipse them around with me. So, but I think it was overall handled I think it was received in a really good way.
Yeah, actually, so I think everybody. So going back, so you take away a couple people that, like I said, personally messaged me and called me the certain names I can't repeat on YouTube, which was fantastic because none of them wanted to message on comments. I told them, I said, if you really feel this way about me, why don't you just message and put that out there in comments? And they said, well, no, some people will just argue with me. I said, because you think that you're wrong? Or it's like, no, theirs on your side, not mine. I was like, oh, okay, I see how it is. So, but yes, and what was funny is my buddy Tom.
It's got a little bit better nose to it.
That Huber's absolutely smokes that wood.
Oh yeah,
it's not even close.
No, it's not close.
I had to take 2 sips of that, by the way, and I could tell this is not. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't buy this.
This right here, this is all I got left of this Huber's, and I am gonna milk it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a good barrel.
Yeah.
So for me, I was nervous about putting that video out in a way, not because I was worried about what people would think of my opinion. I didn't want to start anything in groups. So we posted on my Facebook page or on our Facebook page that we have for Bourbon Kingdom. Yeah. I shared it with my own personal account. I didn't post it anywhere.
Yeah.
Not because I was scared of what people might think, but because I didn't want people in comment section just going nuts. Because you know how people, like, let's be real. We were going to have people comment and not watch the video and have opinions without listening to what we honestly had to say about it. And our opinion was not they should stop doing lotteries. They should only do stuff in Kentucky. It wasn't anything like that. It was just like, hey, there's some.
All right, pause for a second. Brad, what do you want me to crack? I mean, there's so many things behind me that we could crack. Just name it and see.
No,
name it and see if he's willing to crack it or not. The chances are is no.
Brad, why you gotta be a dick like that? Like, come on, don't be like that. Actually, I have another bottle for us to try. So, well, let me get on a soapbox in. But what was funny was Tom, my buddy Tom, he works down there at Nulu now, and he's been a friend of mine for a while. He even said, he was like, "Yeah, you really didn't let that other guy, you really didn't let him talk during it." I'm like, "No, because I had things to say."
Yeah.
Like I
chimed in.
You did. And of course, Dunny. And like I had things that
Dunny, please.
wanted to say. And
he might be actually willing to let me drink some of that today.
Well, yeah, but that's already open. So you see, that's not a fresh crack.
That is true.
It's not a fresh crack. Ah, you see?
But hey,
so
listen, it's on another level.
But yeah, overall, I think it went well. I think people were understanding. Like, I think there are people who I like what we said in the video. I think it's totally fair for these distilleries to do lotteries.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a good thing. Now, what drives me crazy is people sign up for lotteries that we know will never, ever come here.
No.
And that's BS. It doesn't matter if you live 2 hours away. It doesn't matter if you live 10 hours away, 12 hours away, whatever.
Yeah, there were a lot of people in California, I think, that won some birthday bourbons.
Or somebody who won like in like Seattle, and they're like, "Yeah, we're never coming." Then why waste the spot? Why fill it up? You would be in theory just as bad as anybody who would line up there and say, "I'm going to sell it. Doesn't matter where I'm from."
Yeah,
and I don't care. And this stuff happens everywhere, just not distilleries and liquor stores here in Kentucky.
Hey, Crush. By the way, before your comment gets too far away, to me, the OE, that's my favorite. Like anything OE has a tendency to be like in my preference of palate. And so as far as Four Roses go, the OBs are pretty good as well, but OE has a tendency to be kind of my fave.
Crush, you just hold on 1 second.
Are we opening? Are we doing a bottle somewhere?
No, we're not.
Oh, dang it. He's going back to his secret stash. I just want y'all to know, like his secret stash of like 2 bottles back there. And by 2 bottles, I mean more than 2 bottles. Let's see what he's bringing. He's bringing back a Four Roses of some sort.
Crush, I basically go through a phase depending on the recipe. And I'll tell y'all right now, my favorite recipe right now is the OESV. This thing, it's
not even fair. It's a 16 year. So
it's a 16 and a half year. But you know what? It beats that 20 year. The only bottle
Copper, I appreciate that.
The only barrel strength that I have had that it doesn't beat is that 19-year Tornado bottle. I think that one's better.
I've not had the 19-year Tornado bottle.
It's freaking phenomenal, guys. It is.
Listen, I'm always disappointed when he doesn't open something. I mean, I've been begging him for like 2 years to open the Miktor's sour toasted sour mash, and he still won't do it. So maybe pressure from you all. Say,
here's the thing.
Sour mash.
Yeah, that's not how I work at all. You all should know this by now.
That is
like,
so
I don't
true.
Fold so easy.
I know that too. So,
but anyways, Crush. More importantly, I don't really fall in love. I haven't fallen in love with the recipe, if I'm being honest. Like it's more like we're beyond blessed that we like, or that we have so much access to barrel strengths.
Yeah.
That really, I just kind of fall in love with a run.
Thank you, Average.
Yeah, Average. Thank you.
Oh, listen, an OESV 11-year, 5-month, man. Woo! That's another like anything above 10 years is so good. They know how to age a bourbon, man, and they just really do. That's why they're my favorite. I think they're my favorite.
They're pushing. I mean,
that's a lot for,
They're still not Old Forester in my book, but they are definitely pushing Old Forester in my book. That is for sure.
Listen, OB. I mean, honestly, there's not a lot to go wrong with, man. I'll be truthful with you. I said OE, and I do love a lot of OEs. That's what I'm drinking on now. I think it's probably just recency bias for me. I have an OE that I'm almost done crushing, and I think the other bottle I have is an OB, and I'll tell you how it is in a future live stream.
John, I thought you told me you went to Lawrenceburg and got one of those 16 years. Or am I wrong? I really thought you did. Anyways, so really quick. So we'll the last thing we'll try because he hasn't had it yet. Actually, I think you have had it. I think
No, I haven't.
Have you not had it?
I've not.
Okay.
I've not had it. No.
The Prideful Goat single barrel?
Never had it. Pour it in there. I've never had it.
Why are you acting so weird?
Because he did. He poured it for me at some point.
Oh.
But hey, I'm game to take another pour. Take one for the team.
One for the team. This is actually really freaking good.
Yeah.
So
it's a rye, and like it is good.
So what's funny is this is the Prideful Goat. This is a single barrel. It's 116.1 proof, which is right in our wheelhouse that we always talk about.
It is in our wheelhouse.
It is the sophisticated goat, and it's Bourbon Junkies pick number 36. So what's crazy about the Prideful Goat pick? I was actually talking to Chris, who he is actually one of the owners of this. I was talking to him today because we're doing a video of some of our favorite single barrels we've had all year. And I was asking, I was like, man, I have not seen a lot of these. Can you give me any information about it? Is this just a really limited thing?
Or there you go. Average whiskey drinker. There you go. You can see.
Yeah, there you go. And he told me, he's like, yeah, we only done like 13 of them this year. I was like, are you serious? You've only done 13 single barrels? He's like, yeah, we just don't have enough of age. It's mostly been out in Texas. Bourbon Junkies got one. And like they're 15 years awesome.
Like I appreciate that they don't feel the need to rush it either. Like they could. I mean, I'm sure they have a demand because let's just be honest. Like it's such an awesome name, the Prideful Goat. Like,
well,
it's an awesome name.
They have good stuff that they're not taking like too seriously. Like they're not trying to have some like my great grandfather twice removed found this recipe in the attic. That just so happened to be 95.5 rye.
Hey, Toby, what's up, man?
So, country crank. I don't know why that. I guess that hit John's. Yeah, I'm telling you, John, it's really good. It's actually one of my favorite picks I've had all year, and I'm not saying it just because it's with Dan and Sean. They're great guys, but like. The Prideful Goat.
Is this the quirky monster that I was telling you that we talked about? I feel like this is the quirky monster we were talking about.
This is very quirky. I think this is very straightforward, but with just a lot more orange to it. So much more citrus. It's a citrus bomb. I absolutely love it. I wish I had like 6 of these because I would probably crush all of them this winter. If I'm being honest with you,
I like the spice on the front end of it, and I like that it kind of stays with you a little bit. Like I do like that. Oh, John, crack it right now! Crack it right now.
Joe, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Bourbon Real Talk. Yeah, that he's also one of the. I know it's like him and Chris. I think there's maybe one other guy. Maybe I don't know a whole lot about it. Who all started it? But yeah, no, they do a lot of great stuff over there on Bourbon Real Talk.
Hey, Noah, here's full disclosure. I offer very little to this. My boy, he gets a lot. Every once in a while, I like bring something to the table, but I ride his coattails a whole lot. Which I'm happy to do. Like, listen, we all have something to bring to the table.
That's true, 1,000%.
And he happens to he has a lot of relationships and cultivate those in a really good way. And we joke about it a whole lot, but I'm super appreciative because I think our channel part of why we do so well is his ability to get bottles that are hard to get and some things we don't even think about getting. That I would never think about getting. He thinks about getting like the Prideful Goat, and stuff like that. So it is a good partnership, but I do.
It is a great partnership.
It is.
I'll be the first one to say it's a great partnership.
It is. And we joke a whole lot, but the truth is like everything on his shelf, honestly, is for the channel or not everything, but I mean, 87% of what is on his shelf is a open to Bourbon Kingdom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So there's
Um,
not much that he holds back. He's got some special bottles that he will either never open or not open for 21 years.
yeah. So
so
outside of my kids' stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, so basically, gosh, this is going down a rabbit hole. No, I'll try to make it quick. Whenever I talked to Dave about doing this channel, I told him, I said, look, I can do everything but like editing. Like I have no clue how to edit. I don't have
No.
the equipment to edit. I don't know
No.
anything. He's like, oh, I can do that for the most part.
For the most part. Every once in a while I get it wrong, but
I was like, I think I can figure out the content and I can definitely get the bottles to review. And really, like, this is just like, like I joke around with everybody. If you're into collecting baseball cards or Pokemon cards in my generation, you can easily get into collecting bourbon because it's one of those. Yeah, 1,000%.
As soon as you say Pokemon, nerd.
Well, it's just like Pokemon. You got to catch them all. And
Yeah,
it's the same
you
thing
gotta catch 'em
with
all.
whiskey. You got to get one of everything at least, and sometimes it's multiples.
I've grown to appreciate the hunt in a lot of ways. I don't get
It's the
to
thrill of it. Yeah.
I don't get to hunt all the time, but like the hunt is part of the allure of all this, and it's just the same thing with all kinds of stuff that you do. Like you said, collecting cards, whatever it is. I mean, heck, shoes. My son is a huge shoe head.
See, thank God I'm
a
not
huge
into
a
shoes.
huge sneakerhead, and it's like it's the thrill of the hunt with it. Sometimes you miss out, sometimes you get it, and
Sure.
you're really, really stoked that you get
Sure.
it. So, yeah.
Well, and I run with a great group of guys outside of him.
Yeah.
Who, we're all into collecting whiskey and heck, a lot of them have been into it even longer than me, collecting hardcore, and like who dwarf my collection. Like it's not even like a debate.
Yeah.
Like, they absolutely crush it. And
Yeah.
they're some of the most generous people in the world when it comes to whiskey. And not only just letting me try stuff and drink it, but like sharing information with like other people. It's like outside of like their friends group. So great group of guys overall.
Jim, I appreciate that. And we appreciate that. Like, we want to have fun with this. So like if it becomes anything but fun, we will probably, we will probably decide not to do it anymore.
Yeah.
But this is a lot of fun, and especially things like this, like live streams are the most fun that we get to have, mostly because I don't have to do any editing or anything like that. And we can just have fun drinking good whiskey.
So basically the one job that Dave has to do, he doesn't have to do anymore. So he's like, yeah, I love doing
Listen,
it.
live streams every day. Let's do live streams every day.
Yeah, why don't we just strictly do?
Yeah.
Let's do like what, I think it's like hot buttery rolls. Like that's all they do. Great. Another great channel, by the way. Love them.
I'll be honest with you. Like, my
you don't like rye.
My rye. I'm slowly coming around to rye. It's like this.
Slow.
You taste, like on the back end of it, you taste that mintiness that comes from an MGP rye.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. Like I actually like that taste.
Sure.
And so like I really like this one. This one's good.
Yeah. No, I think they did a great job with pig, and I'm not really a big fan of like reviewing picks. Like we'll talk about local picks we did, and we're going to talk about doing a video, but like,
yeah,
I don't like reviewing people's picks.
Yeah.
Just because that's so like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't want to tread on somebody's like what they thought was good or what they thought.
Well, yeah. And it's also way more personal.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so personal,
but they did a great job with this. I think what Prideful Goat is doing is awesome stuff. And I really dig it, guys. I just really highly encourage it.
Yeah.
Average whiskey drinker, I appreciate it. I always joke around and say we're a bunch of clowns that just talk about whiskey. Like that's all we do. We try to have fun. We try to be honest and real with everything. I definitely don't think we have the best palate. I don't think we have even the best content, but we just try to have fun. Just
we do. We definitely have fun.
Yeah, John, I agree. It is really good, different, but really good. But I like that different. I like that it sticks out. I'm starting to notice some people, either writers, bloggers, Instagrammers, YouTubers, whatever, kind of getting over MGP. I am not. I am not anywhere near close to
Listen,
being done with
MGP
MGP.
knows what they're doing. Whether you call them Ross or
Ross and
Ross
Squibb.
and Squibb or
It's gonna be a
MGP, whatever you want to call
Squibbly.
them, they know how to age. They know how to age a bourbon or a rye or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. They know how to do that. Like there are certain things that come out from them that are just on another level.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000%. I
Listen,
absolutely totally agree.
when we were at Pours in the Park and we had that 15-year Caroline.
Oh, that's one of the
Listen,
best things I've had all year.
Hey,
and I
any
know
of
I'm
you
not
in
getting it.
here who were at Pours in the Park and you had that 15-year, speak up now because you need to tell people like that's the truth. Like that 15-year might be the best thing I've tasted in a long time.
Oh, 1,000%. It's absolutely. It's such a great bottle that I'm happy we got to try. That I know we're not going to get again because I mean.
No,
I can't afford to buy it if I could find it.
no,
Probably at this point,
it would be so
and
expensive.
yeah, but it's amazing. Let's see. Where was I at? Oh, Jim. Hey, I appreciate that. I think Dave already said something about that, but I really do appreciate that comment, man. Yes, Justin, totally agree with the hunt. I think the hunt, it's frustrating at times
Yeah,
because like you
yeah.
go and like I know what I'm saying here because you all actually see what we get.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm saying. There are times like
Yeah,
where
just
no, I don't want to seem ungrateful.
No, just wait till Whiskey grabs September.
Yeah, but
stay tuned, fellas.
But it's like I joke around like with the guys who I run with. So we have a Facebook chat. And I always run around. I always joke. The Saturday that I am working at work, I work one Saturday a day shift, once a month, and I tell them like something great's going to drop. Those 4 Willet barrels that dropped over at Liquor Barn.
Yeah,
I think that was when Stag dropped. I think that might have been like birthday weekend.
yeah.
Like it's just like
Yeah.
It seems like every Saturday day where I drop, it's something good, and it just doesn't even matter. So, and then heck, if I don't call in on night shift, if I don't use a vacation day on one of the night shifts, then I'll miss something good too every once in a while.
Crush, like I have money in an account that if there's nothing in there, then I have a tendency not. Very rarely do I dip into my family budget to get a bourbon. But if something comes up that is for me something on my I need to get list, I will just tell my wife like, sorry.
Noah, thank you. I wish if I did, I wouldn't work full time.
Hey, listen, I'm a minister, so y'all, if y'all know anything about ministry, you know I ain't making no 7 figs,
and that's why people donate bottles to him, not me. I kid. So Crush to be
shout out to Bourbon Junkies too.
Bourbon Jerks. Did you almost call them Bourbon
Jerks?
That'd be fantastic.
Hey, Bourbon Junkies, listen, I know y'all not watching, but listen, super stoked. That's a good pick, man.
No, it is. It is a really good pick. So Crush. So my wife and I, we have a budget where we kind of like, we have like where our money goes every month, and between retirement and daycare and food and all of that kind of fun stuff, right? And then we also have a fund money account to where out of my check every 2 weeks, she gets so much money, I get so much money, same amount, but we get so much money deposited into our own fund money account, and we can spend on whatever we want to spend it on. So I pretty much spend mine. It was predominantly for years on golf.
Yeah.
And then I hurt my back, and I was like, yep, I guess I'm going strictly bourbon.
Yeah.
And I pretty much spend all of my fund money on bourbon.
I still spend some money on golf.
But you get to do a lot more than me.
Yeah.
And then occasionally, like, you'll see this in our whiskey year ad for this month. I won't say the bottle because I want to ruin it. I was working overtime, and I do work. I do work a job where I think, knock on wood, I do well. My wife does exceptionally well as also. To where I didn't even call her, but there was a shady liquor store where I wanted to buy a bottle.
Good old shady liquor store.
And I just straight up called them and I said, hey, can I just pay for this over the phone? Like, sure, why not? I just took my debit card out and I paid it. And I'm waiting for my own personal debit card to come back. And at work, I can't have my phone with me, so I don't have access to my bank account or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was 15 minutes later, she sends me a Facebook message. Hey, you know what this is? And it's so much money to a liquor store. I'm like, oh, yeah, I was going to ask, but I just went ahead and did it anyways. And then I just replenished money coming back. So,
Hey, Dunny, I'm sure there is, but you all have like a short golf season, man. Like, I can't imagine how short y'all's golf season is. Y'all's weather is crazy.
Yeah.
I thought our weather was crazy, but you all up in Michigan and y'all got crazy weather. Copper, that's hilarious that you can tell Zach has back problems just by him sitting down.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, here's what's so here's what nobody knows right now. So I'm really fighting this, but I have a pinched nerve in my upper neck. So I've been fighting this all day. And I kid you not. So I'll just tell you all right now, because you all will get a kick out of this. So I wake up pretty much every morning now. Like I have to go do like therapy, massage, like, and get like adjustments. And I haven't been able to go in a week because they canceled my Friday appointment. Well, I woke up today where it's all on this side, right? So I don't want to do that because it'll hurt. But like on this side, I'll show as an example. Like my arm basically curls up and I'm like this. Kind of look like a T-Rex, like just sitting here with a fat head and little arms.
Fat head is definitely true.
Yeah, it's true. So it's terrible. But yeah, so yeah, I pretty much have a crap back, even though it is starting to get better.
Well, good. Maybe we can play golf.
Before this nerve, I was starting to swing clubs consistently and I was having problems. So I was like, might be on something.
You know, golfing is a lot like hunting for bourbon as well. Like the thrill of hitting a birdie and then missing a birdie.
And then getting 3 straight double bogeys.
Double bogeys. I played the other day and I started on the backside, double, and then I chipped in birdied on a par 3, birdied a par 5, and birdied a 200-yard par 3, which I was super stoked about. I was like, yeah. And so I shot a 39 on the back, which I was very happy about. Ooh. Yeah.
I see. I feel like because there's like some jokes in some inner circles with whiskey tubers. If I could just straighten out my back and I could get back to playing what I was. Now I used to keep up with you and occasionally beat you, and then all of a sudden you took a big jump. You jumped like Tiggs. You jumped like 10 swings on me, or 10 strokes on me. Like
Brad, the next pour is a Miktor's toasted sour mash.
Here we go.
He didn't say no, but he also isn't. He also isn't turning around and picking up the bottle. So I'll say that that's a slim chance that that's going to happen. It would really determine whether I'm going after the 2022 or not. But he's being so selfish, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to be selfish. I'm not gonna
sour mash.
So anyway,
mash. What
I was saying was,
Justin, you took the words out of my mouth, man. You took the words out.
I'm going to go get him a bottle to shut him up.
Oh, good. He's going to bring a bottle out. Listen, we can go all night here for sure. Now, I don't know if it'll be coherent by the end of the night, but, well, we'll go. We'll go as long as we can. I'm the one holding down the fort. Zach's the one that just keeps walking. Oh, Dicko.
You want a sour mash?
I want a toasted sour mash.
Oh.
We'll just pretend that this is a toasted sour mash. Justin, I appreciate you having my back, though. And then what else we got here?
We can drink on some of that instead.
Yes, we can.
And then we'll call it after that because we got stuff we got to do.
That is true. I might be spending the night at his house. You never can tell. Yes, thank you, Robert. Boo this man. You're right. Boo! Boo this man. Although he did just bring out a fire bottle, so I'm gonna let you. That is one that I will not even fight you on.
Yeah, I just shut him up by bringing out
pouring
like one of the best bottles I own.
That it might be the best bottle you own, and you own a lot of good bottles. No,
it's not the best bottle I own. I don't think so. It's the best Old Forester bottle I own.
Yes,
I own more Old Forester bottles than most, but Not everybody.
Not the best Brown Foreman you own.
Yeah, that's close. But anyway, so for everybody who doesn't know, so this is the employee bottle.
Brad's like, nice. Well, I mean, that's a good it's a good substitute, Brad, for the
Yeah.
not bringing the sour mash, toasted sour mash out.
I do want to go back really quick. Crush said something about working overtime when he finds a good bottle or whatever. Yeah, Crush, it's kind of like the go-to thing. I think
I do side electrical work to pay for bottles as well.
/ give money to his wife. And
that is true. I pay my wife off.
Yeah, to basically come over here and record videos.
Yeah, that's all true.
But anyways,
Dunny.
I tell everybody all the time, like when people are like,
Dunny, your eyes do not deceive you, bud.
These people who are out, that's all they do is hunt and flip or whatever. I tell everybody all the time, like, just go out and get a job, and it's just easier that way.
Yeah.
Find
a side hustle.
Oh man, well, if you had a back surgery, I'm really sorry. I want to catch up in chat before we talk about this. That really sucks. But I do agree with you on the whole back injury thing. Ever since I've had mine, I was off work for 3 months. And whenever I had that, everything I do in life now, it's so much like I do not act or operate remotely.
Toby, I'm putting this up because I think this is what all of us men want to encourage.
Ooh, yeah. I hear you on that one, Toby. I hear you.
Yes.
It's always a good thing to have a wife who supports you when it comes to bourbon. That is huge.
And just for contrast, my wife for the first time actually watched like probably 10 minutes of a live stream the last time. She knows that I do bourbon, but I'm not sure she knows to the extent of what I do.
I'm proud of her. So I'll be honest with you, Noah, like one of the things that I want to do in the future is do some kind of golf scramble. I don't know what that would look like.
Oh, the perfection. Okay, I know. I got you, Jeff. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to get that bottle, missed out on it.
Oh, yeah, the one I sent you a link to.
The perfection.
Yeah. But Noah was talking about doing a golf outing or whatever. That is actually something that I have on the agenda that I want to do. I think it would actually be kind of cool to like team up with somebody. Like if somebody was doing
Did you just see what Jeff said?
No, I'm way far behind. I'm still talking to Noah.
Well, look at Jeff said sorry, guy got his neck cut open at work. I need you to tell a story.
Jeff personally messaged me about this. Yeah, because this should be great. This is actually fantastic. Send me a message about that.
Yeah, I want to know. Like that's juicy gossip.
Well, I don't know if I want to say all that online, but out there, but we'll see.
Coots, stop drinking at work.
Let's see. Best place to hide bourbon. All right. So I think we're basically caught up. Stop drinking at work. Yeah, I mean that's probably what you should do. You should probably never drink at work.
Yeah. Listen, this is a good second to my sour, because I don't even like, I talk about sour mash because I like the normal sour mash of Miktor's, and my hope is that the toasted sour mash is like fire, but I have no clue. This employee bottle, I know what this is, and this is all that you can imagine. Oh man. Oh, thank you so much. Oh,
so I normally get something said to me by people who work at certain places whenever I pull this bottle out.
Jeff, the question is, did anyone die?
Taking me away from the stream. Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, why are you having to worry about calling 911? You have other things to do besides calling 911. That's foolish. Shame on them, not on you. Shame on them.
Oh gosh, I forgot how much I love this.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, This is a bottle from 2018. This is an Old Forester employee bottle. So this is basically take your 86, your 100 proof, and take the proof up to 125 proof. Basically, what you're doing is adding less water. That's all you're doing.
Because basically, doesn't Old Forester almost all their stuff go in at 125? So this is basically uncut at all.
I don't want to lock that in as correct.
I think it's somewhere like most of their stuff goes in at 125.
Well, this is a big blend, so I'm guessing it wouldn't be exactly 125.
Yeah,
but maybe.
Yeah.
But anyways, going back to this bottle was given to employees because they met some big production. I think it was like the bottling line.
I'm guessing that Zach will know what Water Blaster's neck plus 10K Water Lance.
Oh no. Yeah, actually, no, that's yeah, that's actually like really bad. Good night.
Let's just get back to the employee bottle.
We'll just get back to the employee bottle. Oh my god, like no, that's like I know you all don't have a clue what's going on, but I do, and that's like terrible.
I don't
like,
even know what's
like
going
really
on,
bad.
but man, prayers to that dude.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So this employee bottle though, very limited amount. Very few people have had the opportunity to get one outside of the actual employees that work there. It's done in a liter, not in a traditional 750.
Shout out to a leader.
And I am somebody, Jeff actually knows me in chat. Like I said, him and I work together. And he's been over to my house, and Dave knows me really well, obviously. And they know how much Old Forester stuff I have. And you all have seen how much we reviewed on the channel. I am by far not the ODFO like guru or act like I know better than most when it comes to Old Forester. But I'll argue with anybody all day long. This is the best bottle I've ever had from Old Forester. I don't even think it's close. And I've had great President's Choices. Some of the older.
That President's Choice 18.
Yeah, it's great. I've had some really, really good barrel strengths before from there.
Yeah.
I think this crushes all of it.
Yeah.
By the way, Jeff's watching all this. Whenever he came over, he didn't have any of this. So maybe next time, Jeff.
Wah, wah, wah. Sorry, Jeff. I'm drinking your drink. And I'm really happy about it.
But yeah, guys.
As much as I hope that this was a sour mash, it's not. I'm still okay.
Yeah.
This is the consolation prize.
But I did. So basically, the story behind this for me, I took this up to Pours in the Park.
Yes.
Shared pours with people. And
yes, because this was full when we went to Pours in the Park.
There was one person that said they thought maybe birthday bourbon was better, but they even said they didn't like high proof stuff. They like stuff around 100 proof.
Yeah.
And she did say that to me, and I was like, that's fine. But outside of that, most people said there's hundreds of bottles up there. They not only said, most of them agreed with me that being the best Old Forester product they've ever had, but probably one of the better pours up there for the event, which is a nice compliment. And I'm happy that we were able to share that with a lot of people, because that is something that is extremely hard to come by.
Hey, Copper Wolf, where is I'm guessing that's Fry Ranch, because we love a good hazmat.
Ooh, a good hazy being released. I didn't see that. I didn't see any kind of like statement on that or any kind of advertising on that whatsoever. So,
you know where that is? You know where?
Oh,
hope
it's out west, isn't it?
Copper, tell us. That way we don't have to look it up.
I'm already doing it.
Copper, where are you? That's the real question. I'm guessing that Nevada. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was out west.
Yeah. But you were right.
Got the email earlier.
So
I need to get on that email. Are they going to do an online release? Or
I was
going to
say, is it shipping, or is it going to be you're only going to be able to get it at the distillery?
That might actually be one. If they're doing shipping, depending on how much they have, that might be one you could actually get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Copper, we're depending on you. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're in Louisiana, so you can get it.
So you're in Sazerac country.
Sazerac?
Yeah, 1,000%. It's distillery only.
Boo.
Yeah, that stinks. See, this goes back to the conversation of like sometimes I like when just strictly online releases, like especially for these smaller distilleries. So like
Yeah.
High West, for example. So I've been communicating with High West because Justin and I agree. So I've actually had a couple of them here recently, and I've never owned any of those bottles, and I think they're actually like really, really solid. But so High West did this online release that they screwed up. And it wasn't supposed to be available for everybody to get, and it was for a short period of time.
Until today, right? Like it was supposed to be today.
Well, I think it was supposed to be for like their club members.
Sorry, I had that. I had that in my mouth, and I was like,
That's what she said.
Yeah, that is what she said.
I was sitting there trying to figure out because I'd already paid them, and I was like, I'm not hearing anything from them, so I'm like hoping that they're gonna honor that because I love midwinter nights dram, and I'd love to be able to get access to them. And those are a little hard to come by in our area. We don't get a lot of them here. So, luckily,
we don't.
We're getting one. I sent that link to a couple people. You were one of them. Did you order one?
I tried, but it didn't. I didn't get it.
Fair enough. But what's cool is they said that was a screw up, but we are going to honor
the screw
up, which good for them.
Yeah,
they don't have to do.
They could have just been like, "Y'all, look, try again."
Yeah, no, 1,000%. They do not have to do that, and they're being super cool about it. And they said, you know what, we screwed up. We're honor our mistake, and good luck next year.
Yeah,
so good for them.
Yeah, for sure.
But
sweet.
So we have tried a whole bunch of good stuff.
Yeah, we really have
had a whole lot of good conversation tonight. And we still got other videos we got to record after this. So you about ready to call it?
I guess so. I can keep going as long as people are on here. I'm game to keep going, but I also know that we also have some other stuff to do. So
yeah, I know we do have some other videos that we have to do because somebody has to go to Disney World next week. So
Disney World. I'm super stoked. I love it. My boys love Disney World, and our friends that we're going with love Disney World, and so it costs like 6 arms and 6 legs, but at the end of the day, you don't take your money with you. So,
isn't that just so romantic to say it like that? You don't take your money with you.
You don't
so
take
you
it with
it all to the mouse.
Hey, I'll give it to the mouse if my boys enjoy it. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Cheers, everybody. Hashtag good times.
Yeah,
but not the Bourbon good times. Hashtag good times. Like we've had
hashtag Bourbon Kingdom good times.
Brad, we'll circle back to that turkey at some point in time. So
listen, that turkey was magic.
That turkey
12-year 101.
It is rare. Magic. It is rare that I'll say that turkey would be the second best thing we've had all night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just did bring out like a hitter.
I'm gonna get it. By the way, you all don't understand this, but certain people that work at certain places are going to write me an email or a Facebook message tomorrow like, hey, can you please not put that on live stream?
Nope, we can't, but we already did. So too bad, suckers. That's what I say.
That was Dave, not me.
Listen, Justin, keep the Sour Mash alive. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And maybe next live stream he'll open it up. Probably not. But we can always hope. I mean, peer pressure. Eventually, that's why they call it pressure, right?
Yeah. I think they're gonna drop that knob crate cast strength, but I don't know. Don't hold me to that, but I don't. I saw that in passing the other day, but I didn't research it. So I'm starting.
We don't really have a lot of inside track with like that with Beam.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
but the good thing about Beam is they produce literally so much. That
that is true.
Pretty much get our hands on.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
It
usually comes out and we can get our hands on it for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Sorry, that
was your watch.
That's my watch telling me that I got my stand goal, which I've been sitting for like 3 hours. So I don't know how that happens.
Fair enough.
All right. Well,
all right.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Hey, thank you all. We love you all. Make sure you like us. Do all that good stuff because we appreciate you all.
Give us a thumbs up.
Whatever you gotta
if you
do.
already haven't.
Yep.
appreciate you all for everything you all do.
Yeah. Till next time, we'll see you guys.
See ya.